Hi gang, Rob here. It's the afternoon of 17 October 2019. About 52 degrees, a little bit cloudy and a little breezy. Just an average fall day in Northeast Indiana. Coming to you today with Geezer Rant 3.0. And I resolved after my last Geezer Rant that I wasn't going to use any clickbait titles. And this one isn't clickbait, but I'll bet some of you clicked on this video and expected something different than I'm going to give you. When I say learn the language, exclamation point, I'm not referring to people who have arrived in our midst in the American population whose first language isn't English. I have great compassion for those folks trying to communicate in a diverse colloquial culture such as ours with a language they don't understand. I get that. It's tough. Now, what I'm talking about in this video are people who were born and raised here that can't seem to use the language, especially in the written or typed word. And the reason this one is an ongoing issue, a pet peeve of mine, is because I operate a YouTube channel. And sometimes the content on my channel is technical and or controversial. And believe it or not, some of my viewers have opinions or points of view that differ from mine, and some of them differ in ways that aren't so polite. And I get comments like I'm going to describe to you frequently. It seems that some of my most vociferous detractors in comment threads and videos, I think we called them trolls, like to present their points of view in very authoritative, combative, and condescending ways, and they do so using some form of the English language that I guess if you're a linguist or you've studied classical language, you would call their version of English a vulgarized version. And I don't mean off color or offensive. I mean vulgarized in the term that, in the sense that they use an overly informal form of the English language that doesn't follow the rules of the English language. You know, let's say I made a video that's a rather technical point, and I have a point of view. Generally, that point of view is based in fact. Sometimes it's largely opinion. It doesn't really matter for the purposes of this discussion. But I'll get a comment that is, it comes at me with a big head of steam. It's an opposing view. Sometimes it's a little angry, sometimes a little condescending. The comment will be long, and it will be devoid of the basics of written English, like capital letters, end of sentence punctuation, mid-sentence punctuation, and correct spelling. Now, if I'm going to make a comment on a video or in any comment thread on social media, and I'm going to take a combatively dissenting point of view to the original poster or the guy who made the video, and I want to seem serious and I want to be regarded from what I write as someone who has some level of intelligence, it'd be a really good idea for me to use correct spelling, capital letters where they apply, and punctuation that makes sense. It's strange to me that it doesn't occur to people that they're going to write a comment that's 3 paragraphs long and a few hundred characters and try to make a point that they are smart and I am stupid, and then they use some form of English that's kindergarten level. It's kind of hard to be taken seriously when you can't properly execute the written word in a language that is your first, and you're an adult. I fail to understand that. I guess there's one possibility that the comment wasn't designed to actually contribute anything productive to the discussion in the first place. It was just a trolling. But I think this is kind of a larger symptom of a problem in our society that has been exponentially made worse by social media. And it's sort of I guess we call it the dumbing down of society. We're reaching a point where we think we're smarter because we have access to all this information now. But really, the access to information has made us lazy. We don't think for ourselves. We don't know how to figure things out or process information and develop conclusions based on reason. We're just fed tripe, and we learn to parrot it by people who think like we do. And our actual level of expertise on issues that matter is quite low. This informal use of language is encouraged by trendsetters in the Twitterverse. Abbreviations that only the in crowd on the web knows what it means, and efficiency of use of language by not bothering with punctuation and capital letters. It's kind of the cool thing to do on social media, I guess. But at some point when we do that as a matter of our daily course of living, we kind of forget how to do it correctly. So when the time comes for us to communicate in a professional manner or in a grammatically correct manner, we've forgotten how to do it. And that's, sort of a big picture conspiracy theorist way of looking at the modern society by saying the really intelligent people control information technology, and they present it to us in such a way that it makes us progressively more lazy and more stupid, while they control everything, including the way we think. So I'm saying today, fight that urge. Be proud that you can expertly use the language that we've been given, and do it in a way that reflects that you're a grown adult that has a head on his shoulders or her shoulders. And when you're trying to contribute positively to a discussion, you can bolster your credibility by using the English language in a way that makes people want to know what you have to say next, rather than writing you off as an idiot. I think that's about all I have to say for this one. Except I will disclose my bias. I was a multiple spelling bee champion, and I'm kind of a grammar Nazi. Raised right by my mother in those regards. That is all for this one. Grace to you and peace, my friends, from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. And remember, the word is sharp.